On video.
Sure.
Dr. Solomon told us.
Yes. So it's lung cancer. It's a type that's related to smoking in the past. How much have you smoked in the past?
Well, I smoked about 30 years,
Okay.
but I haven't smoked for 35.
Okay, good. Yeah, it's a type. It's called. I'll give you a pathology. It's called a non-small cell lung cancer. The specific type is called squamous. And then, do you remember that you did a PET scan?
Yes.
It did, and I'll give you a copy of that as well. It did show that this is not something that surgery could remove it, and that's why Dr. Sullivan did not recommend surgery, because this is not something where surgery can remove it. So the pathology is invasive squamous. So I'll print a copy for you, the PET scan, I'll print a copy for you as well. It showed that the primary cancer is in the left upper lung. It's about 5.6 by 3.7 centimeter. So they're about 5.6 sits in the left upper lung area. And then there are some lymph nodes. It's spread to the lymph nodes on the left side. And then there are also some uptake in the right chest wall and the right axilla. Meaning, do you have pain on the right chest wall or on the left chest?
On the right chest, she's complained on the right side, on your right side, Rita, and she thought she found a lump on her breast.
I do. I have a lump there.
Can I take a look?
Yes. Buttons are hard.
Is the lump relatively new?
Yeah, she just discovered it a couple weeks ago.
Here? Oh, here?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, it could be all related. I mean, the chance of it being something different would probably be. I mean, it's there. I mean, but it's likely all related to what's going on. That makes the most sense.
Yeah.
We're not going to go after every single spot that we see, but we already know it's spread to the left chest. Likely also this spread to the right chest wall. That's what they saw as well. The good thing is it doesn't look like it has spread to the bone or liver. I'm going to complete the workup by doing an MRI of the brain to make sure it hasn't spread to the brain, and then this is what we consider local events, meaning that surgery is not doable. The good thing about it is there is something called immunotherapy, called Keytruda, that we can try, and I'm hoping it will work well for you, because from the cancer, there's a marker, and I'll give it to you as well. It overexpresses this marker that tells me Keytruda may work well for you.
Is that a chemical or is that a pill?
It's a drip once every 3 weeks, about an hour every 3 weeks. So very minimal amount of time required from your part. It makes your body's immune system angry and attack the cancer that way. So the good thing, out of everything I said, this is probably the best news, is I don't, at least at this time, I don't have to give you chemo. I can give you immunotherapy to try to attack the cancer that way.
My throat is, I can't swallow.
Well, yeah, we have a lot of questions after you finish telling us all about it.
So you cannot swallow. And that's been going on for a month, you said?
No, that's only been a week or so.
Yeah.
First she had a little sore throat. We thought it was laryngitis. And then she went to the clinic and they gave her a round of Z-Pak. That didn't change her throat at all.
I'm sorry, the hospital is paging me. One
Okay,
second.
sorry.
Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Okay. You cannot swallow?
Like, a liquid is worse.
Liquid is worse?
Right.
That doesn't make
And-
sense.
and this-
Usually solid than
Yeah.
liquid. That doesn't make sense. If the food goes down but liquid doesn't go down,
It goes down, but very slowly. Just a little bit at a time.
okay.
But when we started all this and I had blood tests, it showed my thyroid.
She was wondering if it was her thyroid. We have a lot of questions about her.
There wasn't anything on the thyroid that they saw on the PET scan though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have a gastroenterologist?
No.
I'm gonna refer you to one so they can go in and take a look to see whether there's an obstruction or something like that. Why you cannot?
You don't think the cancer is?
It can be, but I don't think it can be, but it can be compressing on this, but the symptom does not make sense. It should be more solid food, not liquid. Liquid should go down fine. Liquid will find gravity.
Mm-hmm.
But what you're describing doesn't make sense.
But she's had some stomach problems. And I had a lot of history I was going to tell you about her starting like in January that we wanted to ask you about, because she probably needs a primary care doctor also. She's had one that she's not happy with who just
All right.
keeps...
So that we got to focus though. All right. So we're jumping too much.
Okay.
All right. So how did they discover the lung cancer?
I went to a
She went to a shoulder doctor.
sports doctor,
Okay.
and he took a scan,
Okay.
And he saw
they
the mass.
something
And he
and
saw
that
the
led
mass.
to this.
and he's,
All right. Okay, got it. So it's actually an incidental finding. Did you have any shoulder pain?
Yes.
yes.
Okay.
And back pain too.
Back pain. Okay. And then at the same time they found this, that you start losing weight, and then
I was actually losing weight before that.
Yeah, she's been losing weight probably for 3 or 4
Okay.
months.
And you just don't have appetite.
Right.
Okay. I'm gonna give you some appetite stimulant to see whether we can have you help you gain some.
It's like my stomach. It's like, well, last night I got sick to my stomach. I threw up. But most of the time, a lot of it, it's just my stomach's.
Nauseous. She's had that's been going on for about 3 months. So she needs a gastro person
Yeah, I'm gonna
too.
see whether the gastro can see you this week, because it sounds like you may need a EGD to see whether there's any obstruction. I don't know whether this is related to the cancer. It could be, because I just told you there's cancer cells
Yeah.
here. But again, it sounds like your problem. You may have another problem on top of the lung
Yeah,
cancer.
because I'm short of breath all the time.
Is this new or is it old?
New.
No.
Mm-hmm. When do you get short of breath?
Just walking around.
Well, yeah, just walking around.
She was a very, very active 82-year-old riding bikes and walking miles and miles
So
a
this
day.
is all new.
This is all new.
Okay, 97 resting. So I don't think you qualify for oxygen. We can certainly consider you for some oxygen, but based on the O2 set, I don't think you qualify.
It's okay.
It's 97%.
Mm-hmm.
But you do need a gastro. Let me see what's going on because I can't let you keep losing weight. And then so what happened? What happened when you eat something?
Well,
There's certain things that I just look at and I can't eat.
So you don't have appetite. Whatever you like, it doesn't seem good right now.
Yeah.
All right, so I need to give you some appetite stimulants to stimulate your appetite. So that's an appetite issue in addition to problem swallowing. So I'm gonna give you some liquid to try to see whether that would help with your appetite or not. That's part of the cancer, you know. All right. So you cannot eat. You don't have appetite. You're short of breath. You're losing weight. What else?
My stomach hurts.
Okay. So that's again that's a gastro problem. Okay. What else?
that's it. We wondered when she first went in January, she wasn't feeling well, and she went to her primary, who said, well, it's either your thyroid or your heart, is what she told her. And she did blood work, which I have a copy of, and you probably have a copy of blood work too. Her thyroid numbers were a little off. So she was concerned about that because she was tired and not normal, didn't have her normal energy.
And I always been anemic off and on.
You always what?
Been anemic.
And a little anemic, yeah. Her red blood cells were a little low too. So she thought maybe that's what, the problem was with her thyroid being low and her blood being low, if that's why she was so tired. But I do believe maybe it was the cancer causing some of that too.
Yeah, it can be. The fatigue can be, but it doesn't. I actually don't have the blood work. Let me see the blood work. Yeah, the free T4 is actually okay. The thyroid, even though TSH is slightly up, the free T4s are fine. It's just very mildly anemic. It's very subtle. It's not obvious.
It might have been the cancer that was making her feel bad.
It can be. I mean, it's easy to look back.
Yeah.
But it's easy to look back. But it's it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So we do need to get you eating better. We do need to. So I sent something called an appetite stimulant called Megaze to help with the appetite. I'm gonna also give you send you to a gastroenterologist to see whether he can deal with all your stomach complaints and difficulty eating as well. Whether this is cancer related or not, the immunotherapy should help. And we should start as soon as possible. Because it does you no good to wait.
No, we couldn't wait to see you.
Yeah.
We had been.
So so there is an urgency to start this treatment called Keytruda. And in fact, if we want to start today, we can start today, because we need to get something going.
Right.
This is not something that's surgically resectable. It's possible to do some radiation, but radiation is not. Before I offer you radiation, I'd like to see what the gastroenterology say
Mhm.
to see whether we could, if there's narrowing of the esophagus, and we think it's pushing it from the cancer, the Keytruda should work. So that's why I'm gonna hold off on radiation for now, but I want to see what the gastroenterology says. We may add some radiation down the road if your symptoms don't improve on Keytruda or some of the intervention that we decide to do, which is give you some appetite stimulants and send you to a gastroenterologist.
Sounds perfect.
So, this is somewhere, I'm going to call this a 4, stage 4, because it would be a 3 if it was only located on the lymph node on this side. Because on the PET scan, there were, which you're going to get a copy, involvement of the right anterior chest wall and 1 lymph node there. So I'm going to call it a 4, but actually calling a 4 will qualify you for Keytruda, and that's even though it hasn't spread anywhere else. And then the least important thing is get an MRI of the brain. That we can get it done anytime, just to make sure we're not missing anything else, even though you're not symptomatic. So the most important thing is start you on Keytruda, because your marker highly express this protein called PD-L1. So that would be the best thing for you. I don't think you'll tolerate chemotherapy. I reserve the option for radiation if things don't get better after the GI workup. I'm going to give you some appetite stimulant. It's a liquid. I already sent it to your pharmacy to encourage you. Do you want some pain medication?
Yeah, she was wondering about pain, what she should take for pain. What would you suggest?
Whatever that helps you.
I mean, she has ibuprofen.
Does it help you?
Normally, yes.
How about now? How about, why don't you just try Tylenol? Ibuprofen may irritate the stomach. Why don't you just try Tylenol?
Okay.
How bad is the pain? Where is the pain?
At different times across my back. Not to do with the cancer.
Right. So, I mean, this,
My stomach.
yeah, but ibuprofen may exacerbate that.
Okay.
Why don't you try Tylenol?
Okay.
So that's least sedating and see what happens. If you want something stronger, I can give you Tramadol.
I think you had some of that last year. She went to a neurosurgeon last year for her neck. She had a disc that was in her neck that was pinched a little, and he gave her some Tramadol for that pain, and she used that last year. It did make her feel a little weird, but it does help the pain,
You want to try?
No.
No? Okay. Then try Tylenol.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so I'm going to refer you to gastroenterologist, Dr. Nalavati. I'm going to order an MRI of the brain. I'm going to see whether I can give you Keytruda today.
Mhm.
I'll give you records of the pathology and the PET scan.
Great. Sounds good.
Okay. I'm going to check up on you to see just next week to see whether any improvement or not or any side effect or not from the treatment, and then whether the Megaze helped you or not. So I'm going to, even though you're not getting treatment every week, only once every 3 weeks, I'm just going to readdress these symptoms and see where we are next week. Okay?
Yes.
All right. So, okay, so if you want, we can see whether we can get things started
Okay.
then, okay?
Super.